Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live. My hair was still kind of caught in my earring there. Good evening. So, welcome to tonight's live. You can't really see my balloons, but they're back there. They're back there. I saw that we have a lot of people waiting tonight, and I love that. I love that. Oh, carrying dinner in for Boo Thang. I just had dinner myself. What are you guys having? I'd love to know. We had some Chinese food today, and it was good. I wasn't even expecting that. So, welcome to the live. We did hit 10,000 Titans last week on this channel. Very, very exciting. So we're celebrating for the second week in a row. Oh, thank you, Mary Beth. She said, Tanya, you look amazing tonight. I appreciate that. This is actually from my store. This is actually from my little shop, my boutique. I usually don't wear a lot of stuff in my boutique because I like to be more comfortable in the lives, but this is super comfortable. So yeah, and I have it in a teal color as well. It's a one size fits most. So we celebrated last weekend hitting 10,000 subscribers, but we did like a double kind of thing. I'll put the link in here if you want to join the membership. I actually have it. Oh, I thought I had it ready. Let me get that in the thing for everybody if they want to be a member. That was going to be my next thing. But we did hit 10,000 Titans on our channel, which is awesome and exciting. And I'm going to have to go back and do my math again because I thought that I came in September, but I might have come into True Crime in August because I came in when Kylie Rodney happened, and that's actually 1 year today. So I'm going to have to look back through my videos. But I hope everybody appreciates tonight's case coverage. And I hope if you do, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. It's free to do, and it really helps us. And don't forget to hit the like button and send us into the algorithm. That way we can get this show on the road. My watch is going to get caught in my shirt maybe, but there we go. If we do get into the algorithm, I do like to gift out memberships. So it's always a good thing, It's always a good thing. And I do have my notes with me tonight because I am going to need notes tonight so I can do the contest and I can remember what to say, like regarding the live. Because it's a little, I've never done a contest like this way before. I've always literally had such a small amount of people that I could write out the names myself. So I think I've only used one like giveaway app one, and that was for our first. That was when we hit 5,000 Titans. So we have let's double now. So I went to StreamYard and they have a tool to use. So it's awesome to do that. Let me my stuff going here. Sorry, you might have to see my arm going up a little bit. But we will be having our drawings for our contest throughout the live tonight. Everyone that wants to be entered, go ahead and put in the keywords when I let you know what they are. So the keywords are going to be hashtag and then it'll be a word. All the mods, I want to let you guys know, send me your address if you guys wouldn't mind through the emails. That way I can send you guys out a little something. And I saw that Brenda became a new member. Well, welcome. Welcome, member. We love that. Hello, Idaho Charlie. Thank you. And I saw that Brittany was in here. Well, thank you, Brittany. I appreciate that. That's so nice. Wishing I could still go on my late night drives, Papa Roger said. Well, maybe you still can. I can't go on late night drives. I will get lost. So the first giveaway, I'm gonna make it easy for you. So it's gonna be hashtag. So it's gonna be keywords. So basically, I'm gonna tell you keywords throughout the live, and you're gonna put the keyword into the chat, and that'll get you in the drawing for, for the live. The first drawing that we're going to do, the first winner is going to receive $25 cash prize. I can either send it to your PayPal or your Cash App, or I can send you a gift card, whichever you prefer. If you're the winner, just email me and I'll let you know how to confirm that it's you. Pretty easy, I think. Hopefully it'll all go smoothly. I think it will. Let me see here. I'm going to get a shirt that says, "Let me see." I said that to Vince earlier. I was like, I need a shirt that says that because I say that a lot. So the first word is going to be hashtag Titans. So anybody that puts in, I'm going to put it in the chat. If I win, we'll just redraw it. That way you guys know what it looks like. So if you want to be in the drawing, you just put in the chat hashtag Titans. And then here shortly, I will share the page with you and I'm going to draw it. And then it should accumulate everybody's name in there. So, and I think you only have to put it once. I don't think if you put it any more than once, I don't think it'll put like, give you more than one entry. So my screen's still acting funny. I'm going to grab my drink real quick. I'm going to grab a drink. Actually, I've got drinks all over the place, guys. Sorry, I'm just grabbing something out of the fridge here really quick. And thanks again for being here. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Really, really do. It's just going to be a good live. Okay, let's see where I was at. So last night we covered Bran Kohberger's travels. Remember the night of the homicides? We went over all of that on last night's live. We went from him going from his house in Pullman, Washington to allegedly, to the King Road residence. And then we stopped there. And then I said tonight on this live, we were going to cover the white Elantra going from the King Road residence back to Bran Kohberger's apartment. I'm going to go ahead and get the live kind of started. And then if anyone wants to come up, you're more than welcome to come up on panel. The StreamYard link is pinned if you'd like to. And then don't forget, hashtag Titans if you want to be included in our giveaway that we'll be doing here shortly. So I'm so glad I have notes for tonight. So on tomorrow's stream, we are going to have part 3. I didn't think this was going to be a part 3, but the part 3, and it's going to be the final part. And I'm going to do Bran Kohberger's alleged movements the day after the homicides, or the day of, I guess it would be the day of the homicides. The timing of that is really weird. So if I say like night, I'm meaning like early morning hours. I think everybody gets that when I say like the night of the homicides, because it's like, to me, it's technically still like that night because, they really didn't get to go to sleep, I feel like. So tonight we are going to go through this part of the PCA. Let me pull up what I needed here for you guys really quick. And I did color coordinate it again. So we're going to go through, I went ahead and I went through the PCA and I just picked out the times that we needed and I put them in order for us. Since the PCA is kind of like all over the place, I feel like. So I'm going to read through this quickly and then we'll do our first drawing here shortly. So let me blow it up a little bit. Let me put my glasses on too. And thank you guys all for being here. If you don't mind just smashing that like button while I get my little glasses on. I love these things. These are my lifesaver. Like when you're old, you're old, just embrace it. If you need the glasses, get the glasses. So at approximately 5:25 a.m., a white sedan, which was consistent with the description of suspect vehicle 1, was observed on 5 cameras in Pullman, Washington, and on WSU campus cameras. That's a lot of cameras. The first camera that recorded the white sedan was located at 1300 Johnson Road in Pullman. The white sedan was observed traveling northbound on Johnson Road. Johnson Road leads directly back to West Palouse River Drive in Moscow, which intersects with Conestoga Drive. The white sedan was then observed turning north on Bishop Boulevard and northwest on SR State Route 270. So 2 minutes later, at approximately 5:27 a.m., the white Elantra was observed on cameras traveling northbound on Stadium Way, at Nevada Street, Stadium Way at Grimes Way, Stadium Drive at Wilson Road, and Stadium Way at Cougar Way. And we actually, that was what we saw in last night's live. When we watched the gentleman that did the drive from Pullman to Moscow, he was turning off of Stadium Way. I just couldn't figure out that other road. And Wolfie sent me a picture, but I couldn't zoom in enough. Because look at these maps. These maps are so sad. So I got us a better map for one of these. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry, there was a fly, but I got it. He was like trying to come after me the last couple of hours. So I did that. I felt like I did that with poise. I said, hold on a second. Hey, Butchie Bookworm, how you doing? It's been a while. That was a map, yeah. So this one is the map that was like copied again, because the first affidavit, this is the one that I'm reading from, is from the Pennsylvania PCA. They're all the same, but this one was like condensed down, and it just seems like it's a little easier to understand, for me anyways, and I think it would be for you guys too. Also tomorrow, I forgot to tell you guys, I forgot about Pennsylvania's state police holding a press conference after Bryan was arrested, and they talk about like how they arrested him and everything that went down during the whole process of that. I didn't watch it through again all the way, but I started watching it and I was like, I forgot some of this stuff. So I think we're going to watch that tomorrow as well. I think that'll be something good to watch. So I wanted to read you on. Oh, I read you the wrong page first. Sorry, guys. I didn't have it up here. I thought I did. Okay. So suspect vehicle 1 is next seen departing the area. I'm going to read this again. So the suspect vehicle 1 is next seen departing the area of King Road residence at approximately 4:20 a.m. at a high rate of speed. Suspect vehicle 1 is next observing southbound on Walenta Drive. Based on my knowledge of the area and review of camera footage in the neighborhood that does not show suspect vehicle 1 during that time frame, I believe that suspect vehicle 1 likely exited the neighborhood of Paulus River Drive and Conestoga Drive. Paulus River Drive is at the southern edge of Moscow and proceeds into Whitman County, Washington. Eventually, the road leads to Pullman. And then, so that was at 4:20. That's when he leaves the residence. And then at 5:25, a white sedan, which is consistent with the description of suspect vehicle 1, is observed on 5 cameras in Pullman, Washington, and on WSU campus cameras. The first camera that recorded the white sedan was located at 1300 Johnson Road in Pullman. The white sedan was observed traveling northbound on Johnson Road. Johnson Road leads directly back to West Paulus River Drive in Moscow, which intersects with Conestoga Drive. The white sedan was then observed turning north on Bishop Boulevard and northwest on State Route 270 at approximately 5:27. The white Elantra was observed on cameras traveling northbound on Stadium Way at Nevada Street, Stadium Way at Grimes Way, Stadium Drive at Wilson Road, and Stadium Way at Cougar Way. Sorry, I had to read that again. I just wanted to go in order. And I thought I had these in order before, but I didn't. And then there's the crazy map. And then there's another crazier map. And I do have this one. Not this map, actually. It's the next one. A little bit better for you guys. Just trying to find the page that I need. Okay, 23, sorry. And everything that's in the green is going to be Bran Kohberger going home, driving from this scene. Everything that was in yellow was what we went over last night, and that was everything that was from Bryan going from his home to the crime scene. And if anyone wants me to, after we're done using these, I can always send you this too, if you want to read it. Oh, Therese. I just looked over at the chat and I saw that with your grandbaby. Oh, tell her not to crawl too. Don't tell her not to do it too fast now. Then she'll be walking. Then you'll be in trouble. Okay, so it says here between 4:50 a.m. and 5:26 a.m., the phone utilizes cellular resources that are consistent with the 8458 phone traveling south on Idaho State Highway 95 to Genesee, Idaho, then traveling west towards Uniontown, Idaho, and then north back to Pullman, Washington. So at approximately 5:30 a.m., the 8458 phone is utilizing resources that provide coverage to Pullman, Washington, and consistent with the phone traveling back to the Kohberger residence. The phone's movements are consistent with the movements of the white Elantra that is observed traveling north on Stadium Drive at approximately 5:27 a.m. Based on a review of the 8458 phone's estimated locations and travel, the 8458 phone's travel is consistent with that of the white Elantra. And I did have this up on the map, so let me see. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. And then don't forget, guys, if you want to be, if you're just now joining us and you want to be included into our first drawing, just hashtag Titans into the chat, and we are going to do our drawing here in a moment. So I had this up. Okay, so I had this up, and this was supposed to be like if you were going to go directly from the King Road residence to, you know, his house and Bryan's apartment in Pullman, Washington. And it would take you like between 18 and 19 minutes to get there. Should have taken him like 20 minutes to get home. Instead, according to the PCA, he is seen leaving at a high rate of speed from the King Road area at 4:20. And the last camera that catches him before he is home is at 5:27 a.m. So that means that ride home would have taken him an hour and 7 minutes to complete. Now that's a long drive home. It's a long drive. And I'll show you kind of, I was trying to like do it on the map for you guys, and then it kept messing up for me. So what the route that he took, instead of going like, you know, this way home, the blue route, he went down here. I don't know if it'll let me do it, but it might. And then he traveled, I don't know if it'll, there we go. He traveled on Highway 95, which I don't know why I just did that, but just follow my cursor. Oh, sorry, 95. And then to Genesee. And then he went here towards Uniontown. See, it keeps switching, but I don't want it to do that. Okay, and then that's what he did. So then he went to Uniontown. He crossed over where this white is right here, where Idaho and Washington cross. And then he went up route 195 to Pullman. Now, I don't even know how you would know to go that way. Like, it doesn't even list it like that on maps. To me, that's just like, I don't know. I'm trying to wrap my head around that one. Yeah, it's so late. And then he was supposed to be driving. Like that's when his alibi comes into play here. His lawyers say that he started driving on November 12th. And then he drove all the way through November 13th in the AM. So he didn't get home until 5:30. They caught him on camera at 5:27. He started, you know, over in that area at 2:44, or not in the area, but he left his house around 2:44. But he technically left his house, they said, before midnight on the 12th. I'm like, my head just spins. My head spins, I feel like. Okay, so we are going to draw the first winner. Let me actually take these down. I got so many pieces of paper flying around. You think he ditched the knife then, TMCB girl? I thought maybe he ditched it the next day. Like, when that 3-hour window was. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow too on our live, like that 3-hour window where he drops his phone out of service again, puts it on airplane mode, turns it off, does what he does. It's so weird to me. The question is, what are his driving patterns? Yeah, exactly. I want to know what he does. Like, I want to know if he's normally drives at night, because he normally doesn't, from what we've heard from the neighbors. And this could have only happened a couple times. He was loud and they just exaggerated and said it was multiple times. But according to his neighbors, he was always upstairs cleaning in the early morning hours. Now, maybe he only did that on certain times, you know, like, and like I said, maybe the neighbors exaggerated a little bit. Maybe he does go on night drives, but those cameras better see him, you know, on more than one occasion. So I'm going to go ahead and do the first drawing. And it says we have 66 entries. So it looks like people are entering. So if you want to enter, I'll leave it go for like another like 30 seconds. Just hashtag Titans like that. I guess I could just like share the screen with you guys, and then that way you know exactly what to put in there. Yeah, like the 12 times, yeah, that he goes down King Road. That I think that that's what they're going to try to play off of. I think that might be what his lawyers are thinking. So, and I don't think I have to refresh the page or anything. Nope, it says that we have 69. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to draw it. And then, like I said, just email me and I'll drop my email in there. Or if someone could drop my email in there in the chat, just email me and then I'll like confirm it to you and all that good stuff. And then we will go from there. And I can send you either Cash App, PayPal, or I can send you a gift card, whatever you guys prefer. The first drawing will be for $25 cash. So I'm going to draw. Oh, look at that. It's working. Who is it? Who is it? Crown Royal is the winner. Let me put these names down so I can remember. That might be good, huh? So we'll do first drawing. Congratulations. Maybe you can get some Crown Royal. You know? I'm going to put the winner here. Okay, awesome. So then I'm just going to like stop sharing the screen. That way I could like go back and put a new keyword in. And then you guys will just listen for the keyword here soon. There we go. And then I'm going to share the screen with you. I'm just going to go ahead and give you the hashtags here. And then I'll remind you guys also throughout the live. So it's going to be hashtag subs will be the next one. And then our third drawing is going to be members only. And what I'm going to do for the members only part is like the last 20 minutes of the live, I'm just going to put it on members only, like in the chat. And then we will do it that way. So like I was saying, he went like a completely crazy route home. I'm not sure how he got home like that. I mean, I would like to drive that road personally because he went down this is the road I would like to drive down. Let's see. Like, look at this. Like, these are sharp. Like, this is the road I think that, well, I can't go over. I'm not very good at this, but you know, we'll get there. Maybe I can go back this way. Nope. See, that's why I shouldn't drive. But yeah, I think that's the road in the in between. I just don't get it. Or maybe this is it. This is it, I think. So this is it. So it's not the graveled one, but it is very, very, very tight. I remember like back roads where I grew up were like that. Like, funny story. One night we were driving and it was pitch dark. You know, I'm blind in one eye. And it was my back roads that we were on. And Vincent was like, take the wheel. He pulled over. He was like, I can't do this. But he can drive on a California highway like it's no one's business. Cool as a cucumber. I would be freaking out. So it's just kind of funny how that works like that, you know? Some people can ride on back roads better than others. And welcome on in, everybody. I love seeing everybody in here. Looks like the back roads in Montana. Yeah, that's how it looks like out here too. I think this one's paved. It's actually paved. I thought it was the dirt one, but I guess it's not. I wanted to make sure I clicked on the right one. I think I was just so close to that one. I thought it was it, but this little truck's telling us where to go. It's just all farmland out there. Very, very strange. Then I'm going to share this first. Well, actually, I'll share the video first. We'll share this video. This is like a little video that I found from, this was from a while ago, January 5th. And it talks about Bran Kohberger's, travels of that day. Let's see if there's anything else before. Don't forget to put in the chat hashtag subs. Like sub sandwich, SUBS hashtag. I'll put it in there too. I think it like automatically knows I can't win. I mean, that would be funny if I did. That'd be really funny if I did. Can you use Google Earth in real time? I think you can. I'm not real good with Google Earth, but let me see. I think it's real time, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, look, as soon as you like go on there, it's like it's like right at the King Road residence. I don't know. Do we know anybody that's tech savvy in there? Shell Jones, yep. No matter the alibi, no matter all the evidence, there are still folks who don't believe he's guilty. Shocking to me. I agree with that. I'm just like, man, I think that the officers are doing a really good job, especially like the more and more I've read this PCA more times than I've read anything in my life, like way more times than I've read anything in my life. Probably read these PCAs like over 100 times easily. And I go back to them and I still will find something new, or I'll find something that I forgot about when I go through them again. I'm like, oh, just like all the cameras, it said that they would call him on 5 cameras in Pullman and multiple cameras at Washington State University. So it's both. It's not like he was just caught in one spot or the other. He was in both spots. They have like a little trail of him, like little breadcrumbs. He left, and he wanted to work for I just don't get it. He wanted to work for the police station doing cyber crimes. I don't get it. So I'm going to play this. I'm going to turn up the volume. I don't think it's very loud, but I'm going to turn it up as we go. That way it doesn't hurt your guys' ears. And then how do I make it bigger?
Investigators had a
Can I not make it bigger?
Surveillance video to work with. In addition,
oh, there we go. Sorry, guys.
Investigators had a lot of surveillance video to work with, in addition to tracking Kohberger's cell phone in those hours leading up to and following the murders. All of it helped them put together what they believe is the path Bryan Kohberger took to and from the King Road residence that morning. Continuing our team coverage tonight, Emily Bloom shows us that path investigators believe Kohberger took in the early morning hours of November 13th.
According to the affidavit and surveillance video, it is believed that Bryan Kohberger left this apartment complex shortly before 2:45 in the morning on November 13th. Surveillance video on WSU's campus has that suspect's car driving toward Highway 270, which connects Pullman to Moscow, around 2:50 on November 13th. The white Hyundai Elantra is next tracked going westbound on Indian Hills Drive, just east of Main Street in Moscow, around 3:26. And 2 minutes later, westbound on Steiner Avenue at Main Street. Court documents say multiple surveillance videos catch the same Elantra in the King Road neighborhood at 3:29 in the morning. These videos show the vehicle making 3 passes in the area before leaving on Walenta Drive. Then, around 4:04 a.m., the suspect returns a 4th time. Next, the vehicle is captured leaving the area of the King Road house at a high speed at 4:20 a.m. Another surveillance video catches the Elantra driving south on Walenta Drive again. Around 4:50 in the morning, his phone was tracked near Blaine, Idaho. Further tracking was consistent with Kohberger traveling south to Genesee, west to Uniontown, and north back into Pullman. The route of the white Elantra is just one piece of evidence that's led to Kohberger's arrest. There's been much more that could have been found since that time that hasn't been shared yet and won't be released until a possible trial. Reporting in Pullman, Emily Bloom, 4 News Now.
Okay. So she kind of like showed you a little bit of the way that you could have went. Like, I could not for the life of me find a video that had and I don't know, maybe JLR did it and I didn't check him, but I could not find a video of somebody going from 1122 to Pullman. I could only find his apartment to the crime scene. So I'm going to show that video again that we watched last night. That was super slowed down, but I'm just going to leave it. I might just leave it sped up. I mean, it's super fast. It's like 2 seconds long when it's sped up. But that way we can kind of just watch it and get an idea of how he was traveling. And then I do have like a timeline, and I have the whole full timeline now of what the way that, you know, people think that he went. But I didn't get to show it last night because I wasn't aware of it until today. But so tomorrow on the live, I'm going to cover through the whole timeline of like at the end of the live, like a recap, I would say. Like a recap, if you would. Let's see. So what I wanted to show you was number 12 here. And then let me see when I wanted to. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't skip anything. So told you all to hashtag that. So okay, I'm right where I need to be. So number 12, if you can see it here, it says the PCA page 6, suspect vehicle 1 is next seen departing the area of the King Road residence at approximately 4:20 a.m. at a high rate of speed. Suspect vehicle 1 is next observed traveling southbound on Walensa Drive. And then number 13 is over here, and it's in like this neon color teal, I guess you would call that. It says PCA page 13, the 8458 phone, which is Bryan's, it says does not report to the network again until approximately 4:48 a.m., at which time it utilizes cellular resources that provide coverage to Idaho State Highway 95 south of Moscow, Idaho, near Blaine, Idaho, north of Genesee. So on the map, if we go back, like he's going to be up here. I would say, I'm not sure exactly where, but he would be on the upper, like the northern part of, or this part of 95. I'm not good with direction either, so don't come for me, guys. I just know where it is on the map, and that's better than I thought I would know. I used to not know anything on a map. Oh, thank you for becoming a member, Bonnie. Welcome. But I think it's, yeah, so I've been looking at these maps so long, I feel like I could drive around Moscow and the surrounding areas myself. Hey there, Tiff. How we doing? And welcome in, everybody. I'm just going back up through the chat. I wonder if he's always been sneaky SOB. I saw that. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Glowbug, you've been a member for 6 months. Did your arm change? It did. Look at that. And I can highlight your guys' stuff now. That's a new thing. I can highlight these. So if you like use your little memberships, we can highlight them now. We used to not be able to do that. She said, love y'all. Oh, look at that. I love that. I love you too. I just love those arms. I like the rainbow. I'm glad we went with the rainbow. There's a game on a phone that me and Vince used to play a lot. It's like this weird game. And that's where I got the rainbow from. Because the colors go like chrome, gold, silver, and then like rainbow or something like crazy. And I'm like, what's that mean? So, oh, look at that. Catherine Easter said, thank you for all you do. And I love that little sunflower. That's cute. And I'm glad we can highlight these now. I love that. I'm into that. Because I hated we couldn't do that before. I'm like, we can't do that for our members. That's crazy to me. So, like I said, I'll read through the full, like I have, like I'll show you through I'll just like kind of flip through them. But these are the way that he was going, they're saying that night. And then we're going to go over this one. Not this one, I'm sorry, but this one tomorrow. This is going to be from 9 a.m. to 9:32 a.m. And then we're going to go over that whole day, like the next day. So it should be a really good live tomorrow as well. Oh, look at all these coming through. I love this. Oh, look, Riddler sent one. It's been a fun 2 months. I love that. You're going to be here for 6 months before you know it. You're here. You're stuck with us. Ashley said, Tanya, can you slow down chat for summer? I can. I sure can. Yeah, I can. That's so funny. Summer, that's so funny. Hold on, I can do that for you. This Ashley used her super or her thing for that. That's so funny. I thought I was ahead of the game too. Okay, we're getting ready to pick our next winner here in a second as well. So I'll put this up a little bit. And then let me know if you need me to do it anymore. And then Frenchie said, congrats on the 10K. Glad to be here. Oh, we're glad to have you. And Tammy said, love y'all. 2 months. Oh, and you've been 2 months too. And Ashley's up 5 months. Almost 6 months, Ashley Higgins. I love that. Do we think Bryan likes his lawyers? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question, because if he's supposed to be, I don't think that he's like an incel. Really, I don't really go down that route. I don't really know, like, him. I don't think he's like that. But if he is, for him to have a woman lawyer, like being front and center, I don't know. But he seems very relaxed with her, I think. I mean, other than his jaw's always clenching, but I don't think that has to do with Anne as much as it has to do with when the judge is reading the charges. But I don't think that I don't know. I don't think he minds her, but I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. Someone missing from the 80s. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. I know. I love this. This is a fun live. Okay, so I'm going to show you the really fast video again. I don't know if it's slowed down still from last night or not. It's going to be on normal. It says it's 2 minutes long. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And this time we'll actually listen to it. Last night when we played this video, I slowed it all the way down because when you see it, it's going to make you have some, if you have car sickness, you might want to close your eyes for a couple minutes because it's a little fast. People were asking me if I was driving. It wasn't me. But I think I'm going to have to go out there just to make the routes so I can see what they are. I'm just playing this one. It's not going to be from the crime scene to Kohberger's house. It's going to be the opposite. We just have to, use our imagination. Fast video, go fast chat. I love that Summer was like, someone sent her. I didn't see it. I'm sorry, Summer. That's funny. I was on the other page reading. I should have left I should have the iPad on the other side. That's so funny. And then after we play this, we'll draw our next, we'll have our next drawing too. So that'll be fun. So don't forget, if you want to be in the drawing for our next cash giveaway, it's going to be for $25 cash. I could do, like I said, Cash App or PayPal, or I can send you a gift card with a little card in the mail, however you want me to do it. Just email me if you win. And then when you email me, I just tell you how to verify, that it's you and all that stuff. So with that being said, put hashtag subs in if you want to be included in the giveaway. We have 84 entries right now, so that's pretty awesome. I just looked. So I'm going to play this video and then we'll draw it after this video.
This is how police believe alleged murderer Bran Kohberger drove to and from the crime scene the night of the murders. They mapped the route using CCTV footage and phone records. At 2:44 a.m., Kohberger's phone allegedly goes dead. Just a few minutes later, the white Hyundai is captured on CCTV footage heading on the main thoroughfare that connects the two college town. It's 270, the Pullman-Moscow Highway. It's pretty much a straight shot, so I really sped it up and skipped a tad, so it was a lot quicker. Because things get interesting once we actually get into Moscow. The most direct route to the King Road house is around here, but Kohberger's car takes this detour that you see on Indian Hills Drive. It's out of the way and he doesn't seem to have lingered because you see here 2 minutes later, he's headed on 95 actually toward King Road. You're going to see the Sigma Chi house right there, and then this next turn takes you to the house. Over the next 35 minutes, cops say the Hyundai allegedly took 3 passes in front of the house. I'm turning around a lot because, as you can see, this is a kind of a strange, small neighborhood. Cops believe he entered and exited back here, so the most logical place to park would have been back there. About 15 minutes later, the Hyundai is seen speeding out of Walenta Drive. At this point, the CCTV footage stops, so investigators have to make an educated guess on how the alleged killer fled the scene. They think he left the neighborhood at the intersection of Palouse River and Conestoga. That would take him back to Pullman, Washington, down a very desolate farmland. And when I was looking at this at night, it was pitch black. There's no street signs, there's no street lights. I got lost very easily, even with my GPS. Then at 4:48 a.m., his phone allegedly turns back on south of Moscow.
Sorry about that. My timing was like a way off there. So sorry about that, guys. Let me get this other page shared with you. Making me dizzy, Lori said. I know, sorry. Yeah, no, I knew it would be a little fast. That's why last night I slowed it down. I slowed it down a lot. I don't know what speed is the lowest, but I put it at the lowest speed. So that way we could watch it like together. But it was making people car sick when I slowed it down. So I just wanted to watch it again with you guys. That way you had like a little bit of a visual. And then tomorrow, we're going to go on the maps and we're going to do like a full little drive of his little trip that he made. So we can go ahead and do our next drawing. If you guys want to enter, just hashtag subs real quick. I'll let it go for like another 30 seconds. And we have 92 entries in, so pretty awesome. I don't know how many entries was the first one, but I think it was like 60 some, 70 some. So Teresa, I know she did. I cannot find her driving video anywhere. I can only find little clips of it now. I swear I played it on a live. I'm going to have to go through all my old lives because I've really been looking everywhere for it. I've been typing in Nancy Grace, this, and like, I mean, everything, and I couldn't get it to go. So yeah, if you know where it's at, send it to my email if you don't mind, or if you can just tell me where it's at, where you found it, I'll go look for it because I've been trying to find that for actually like 2 months now. Summer can contest to that. She remembers me asking people in the chat before, like, because I think I even asked her, like, do you know where that video went? So, tots for Nancy, tot mom. So we have 97 entries. I'm going to go ahead and hit the draw button. And like I said, if you win, just email me your, just say you're the winner, just email me what your screen name is, and then I'll have you confirm it's you. And then we'll do our members only the next one. Second winner is going to be Candy. Look at that. Candy girl, you won. Look at that. I should take a picture of like this part, huh? I bet you it takes one for me, but the first one I remember in my head. But I mean, I don't know why I remember Candy. I remember Candy. But the first one, Crown Royal, remember Crown Royal being in our chats very often. So it's awesome. Someone new one too. Plants are my jam. I love that name. That's a cute name. Oh man. I'm not very good with plants. I'm actually terrible, but I love that. I'm going to put this in the chat if anyone wants to join our membership. Has anyone noticed if like Nightbot's been working? I haven't noticed Nightbot. Oh, there he is. Okay. He's in there. He's working overtime. I wanted to put this. So let's see. Let me see what else I have for you. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put it on to members only. It's only going to be members just in the chat. So just want to make sure I've got it. Okay. So that should, I've never done this before, so it should work. It did work. Oh, look at that. Never done that before. So now I just have to set up the next giveaway. And that's why I'm doing it, because, you know, this is the way we have to do it to do the giveaway for the subscribers only. This was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, though. This is a lot easier. I thought this was going to be like, I thought it was going to get really like difficult, but it didn't. And the guy that I watched today on StreamYard, he's one of the people that invented StreamYard. He looks so young. I don't know how old he is, but he's in his 20s, I would say. And I'm like over here, like, can you help me figure this out? So the next one is going to be for the members, of course. And all you have to do is hashtag members in there, and I'll show you the screen if I can find it. There we go. I have so many things pulled up. So yeah, just hashtag members in there, and then you guys can just chat away, whatever you guys want to do there. And if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, it really helps. And if you want to become a member, you can always join our membership. We'd love to have you. We'll do our members drawing here after we, I have a video I was going to play for you guys, and we can kind of watch, discuss Bran Kohberger's alibi. Because over the last few days, we've been discussing it on and off, you know, Bryan's alibi that he came out with. I think by now everybody knows what it is. And I can look at all these people. Now I can see, like, just, oh no, it's crazy seeing the members. I love that. But we've been kind of going over his alibi or lack thereof one. I really thought when we didn't get one in June 24th or July 24th, we didn't get the alibi. They said they were going to give us an alibi. We didn't get it. I thought we really weren't going to hear anything until trial. I really didn't think that we would hear about an alibi until trial, because I could have sworn that the judge said that he had until trial to produce one. So he had time to collect the evidence and go through all the evidence, because there's still, you know, the prosecution's still waiting on stuff to come back, and they're still giving it to the defense and all that good stuff. So I thought that we weren't going to hear anything. And then all of a sudden his alibi is, well, he has one first and foremost. And his alibi is he was driving by himself, like he's known to do. And I like how they put that, like he's known to do. Like, what do you mean known to do? We haven't heard that. I haven't heard that. Well, there's Crown Royal. Now I can see you. I can see you in the chat. And good evening, and good evening, everybody. We have a lot of members. I knew we did, but I like seeing all the members in the chat. It's like, wow, we got all these members. Look at all them. And hey, Chosen, I saw your name earlier, and I forgot to say hi to you. The gifted memberships they last for a month. Yeah, they last for a month. I love that too. Oh, thank you. She said, I liked your behind the scenes video. I got to see your cameras and your desk. I actually got a new monitor today. Okay. So remember last night, my live kept going in and out. Like I was telling you guys, like my screen kept like zoinking out on me. And so I was trying to read documents, and it kept like doing weird stuff. So I thought maybe it was the monitor. Well, I had Vincent look at all the cords today. He looked at everything, and he's like, let's just go get you another monitor. You need a better one anyway. This one's a little smaller, but it has better quality. Like I could see it a lot better, and it's adjustable and does all this other weird stuff. So it's a lot better, but it's still doing it. So it has to be like a cord or something. We just bought all these cords, and they're all really good cords. Like we don't cheap out on anything over here. We really don't. So I'm like, ugh, sorry about that. Don't know what I broke, but I look at stuff and I break it. So CEO heard your prank call last night. Who'd you prank call, CEO? And I'll get to the video too. Did you really prank call someone? Because I could see you doing that. Type hashtag members if you love CEO. I almost made one of the hashtags like something like that. Love TitaniumBuilt. TitaniumBuilt's awesome. I should have. I am. And I know I talk about him a lot, but he's my other half. I mean, you know, like I don't have a story without him in it for the last 8 years almost. So it's been exciting. So getting back to Bran Kohberger's alibi, he said that there may be there may be somebody that comes forward during the course of the trial that might help him prove his alibi of him driving around by himself with nobody in the car. I don't know who's going to corroborate that. And if they think it's going to be Bethany, how would she possibly? What would it be? Like, I don't know. I call BS Doodlebug said, me too. That's funny. Oh, Brooklyn. That's funny. That's the only alibi he could give. You would think he would give, like, I don't know where I was. That would have been better than I was driving from November 12th through November 13th, because that's a long drive. That's 6 hours. I mean, if he started before midnight, we'll say like 11 o'clock, he's on camera till 5:30 in the morning. And then what do you do? Go take a power nap and then go back to go drive all the way back, because he was like, oh, I just love that drive so much. I'm going to drive back there the next morning. It gets so weird to me. They must not have thought that through, because we're talking this out and I'm talking it out and it doesn't sound right in my head. Is this going to sound right to a jury? I hope for his sake, he better hope, but it's not sounding good to me. He can't possibly prove this. No. The only thing that you could possibly ever, if you could prove, like, and I said, I bet he wishes he had like an Apple Watch, because if you use your GPS, like on your phone, it'll go to your watch and it'll show like what you've been doing, like turn by turn. But he didn't use his phone or his watch. He turned it off. And who does that? Like, who doesn't like to drive because they don't want to drive all the way to Pennsylvania to go home to see their parents, but they'll take a 6-hour drive around Moscow and Washington, in the early morning hours, late at night, early morning hours. I don't get it. Who does that? Won't drive home, but you're going to take a 6-hour drive by yourself. I mean, how much music can you listen to in 6 hours? That's a lot of music. There's only so much you can say when you're likely the one who committed the crime. You're right, Carrie. Yeah. Misbehaving. That's the truth. People claim that Ann Taylor is so brilliant, it must be a good alibi. I need to go back to those streams about her just being the best of the best. The best. And I saw this actually today when I was like cruising around looking for something Bran Kohberger. And I figured we could watch this. And I think all of our members are pretty much in here. We could probably do the drawing before, and then I can turn the chat back on to whatever. You want to do that? We could do that. Everyone hashtag members. Don't forget hashtag members in there, because I want everyone to get a chance. Did I give you guys enough time for everyone to get a hashtag in there? And I'll do it too. Okay. Let me see. I think that's all I have. I swear I'm going to get a shirt that says, let me see. I need a steam press thing. That's what I need. This is fun. I like playing this game. It's kind of like, it's like winning the lottery. But but it's like, not for me, but it's for you guys. But it's fun. I love it. Okay. Are we ready? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hit the draw button. So, like I said, just email me. And my email should be floating through the chat like every 5 minutes. So I'll put it in there if you need it, though. Oh, and this is for $50 cash. That's the difference. So the first one was for, Sarah C got it. So the first two were for $25 cash. This for our members, it's going to be $50 cash. So third. Oh, Sarah C. And then, yep, just like email me, and I'll email everybody back, either tonight or tomorrow morning. Let me put this in here so I can remember that this is the members one. That's so fun. I like playing this game. Now I need more money, guys. Can I have some money so we can play more? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just like pushing the button. That's why I'm good at the casino. I'm good at the slot machines. Like I could be there all day. Like penny slots, I don't care. I just like pushing the button. Like I don't know how to play a card game to save my whole life. And when we go to the casinos, Vincent plays Baccarat or whatever it's called, back at the poker tables with those guys. I just stand there. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in a foreign world right now. But this I could do. I like this. That's fun. So we had actually 2 members that won. That's awesome. Elisa said, congrats, Sarah. Don't you owe me $50? That's really funny. I love that. Oh, thank you, Summer, for putting my email in there too. I appreciate that. And I'll go ahead and put it back on regular chat if everyone wants to, everyone can chat. I'll just put this up to 45 seconds. So it's not too bad for you guys. And I did pin the link at the top. If anyone wants to come up on panel, you're more than welcome to. I figured we could just listen to this and see what we think about it. I haven't heard this one from Vinny. The one we watched last night was from Court TV, so I'm excited to hear what Vinny has to say about the whole alibi situation. I can only imagine what he has to say. Hold on, I wanted to read that real quick. Sorry, I was reading your comment. I think I put, oh, there it is. Titanium Music City, Mom said it. The PCA itself backs up his claim, noting he's been out driving at night at least 10 times before, plus pulled over. Yeah, no, he has been out driving in that vicinity by the house. That's what they're gonna ask though. They're gonna say, what are the chances that you're just driving around when 12 times by this house, and then on the 13th time these people get knifed to death? What are the chances of that? Like officers, they hate those coincidences, and that's what they're gonna say. I know Vinny, I can only imagine what Vinny's face is going to look like here in a minute. Vinny Politan.
I'm Vinny Politan.
There he is.
Breaking news tonight. Put on your seatbelts. Get ready. You're not going to believe it. You are not going to believe it, folks. In the biggest case that we're tracking across the country, out in Moscow, Idaho, the mass murder of those 4 1,000% innocent college students from the university. The defendant, we talked a little bit before last week about, they may have an alibi. We think they may have. No. Today they file an actual alibi, filing where he was at the time of the murders. Now, understand that an alibi is, to me, anyone who's innocent, right? Not anyone, but I would say 98% of people who are wrongfully accused are factually innocent, should be able to provide an alibi. Like, it couldn't have been me because I was doing X, Y, and Z, and A, B, and C can tell you about that, or this video can tell you about, like the alibi takes you away from the scene of the crime. It puts you somewhere else. It makes it impossible for you to have committed the crime, right? Every episode of Law and Order, the old show, the original Law and Order, that's the first thing we know. Does he have an alibi? Every time they came across a suspect, did he have an alibi? Did he have an alibi? Does the alibi check out, right? If the alibi checks out, they move on to the next suspect. So, time for me to reveal what this alibi is. Again, you're not going to believe it. Take a look. Mr. accused murderer has long had a habit of going for drives alone. Often, he would go for drives at night. He did so late on November 12th and into November 13th, 2022. The accused mass murderer is not claiming to be at a specific location at a specific time. At this time, there's not a specific witness to say precisely where the accused mass murderer was at each moment of the hours between late night November 12th, 2022 and early morning November 13th, 2022. He was out driving during the late night and early morning hours of November 12th to 13th of 2022. All night, just driving. Wow. Let me bring in Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter joining us on the phone with all these breaking details on her night off. Chanley, great to speak with you. Thank you for joining us. I'm looking at this alibi, and it almost strikes me as a bit of an admission here, Chanley.
Absolutely, Vinny. This is huge. We know the evidence that prosecutors have, not only following his cell phone the night of the murders, Vinny, but his white Hyundai Elantra along the path around the times of the murders. And now he's admitting to being out there driving around, Vinny. We've been on the ground there. I've been to all of those locations on the scene. We showed you where he was and the path that he allegedly took. So for him to admit this is it's huge for prosecutors. So this motion where he does reveal part of an alibi is actually an objection to a state's motion to compel him to provide an alibi, because there's a time limit in Idaho where alibi is an affirmative defense. You have to let the prosecutors know within a certain amount of time, a specific date, time, who you were with, corroborating witnesses to that alibi. So he's trying to get around that by saying, well, I can't really tell you exactly where I was on the night, but I have a habit of driving around the night. And he says in this motion that corroboration of him not being at the crime scene may come through the cross-examination of state witnesses, and he can't be more specific about what possible witnesses may say or what they won't say. He also says corroboration of not being there may be brought through expert witnesses of his own, Vinny. So again, real amorphous, but what a huge admission that he, yes, on the night of the murders, was out driving around.
So you got him in the car that night, all night, right? Without a witness. So he's 1,000% by himself, not with someone else, not calling up a family member or a friend or going to a drive-through. See, that's the thing. Like, if you're out all night, are you gonna get a little hungry or something if you're just out for a casual drive?
And he happens to turn off his phone within a time range that his car, then he is picked up on King Road. We know that from the affidavit, making multiple passes back and forth and then allegedly speeding away. And then his phone comes back on at an area a little bit south of town. And nobody's with him. He is driving alone. And also, then remember what the affidavit said, that his phone is also pinging the next morning at the crime scene. And then also we know that there's no driving around at night after the murders in that area. He doesn't return to that area. So just saying.
So to establish this alibi, it seems he might have to testify to say where he was, or just go by. This is like an alibi that's not quite an alibi because it doesn't necessarily put him somewhere else, right? It's much more vague that he's just out driving in the car, no one to witness and no specific places. No, he's not claiming to be at a specific location at a specific time, and there's not a specific witness. So it's a very unspecific alibi. Am I reading that right, Chanley?
Does anyone know how much that would cost in gas? Like, I mean, because that legal document, it does say, and I could pull it up if anyone hasn't seen it. It does say that he started driving starting on November the 12th and into the hours of November 13th. So with that being said, he would have had to start driving before midnight on the 12th. So I just said 11 o'clock. That's where I'm getting the 6 hours, if anyone's wondering. And then they saw him on camera at 5:30 a.m., 5:27 a.m. in Pullman, Washington. So that he would have been just driving around aimlessly for hours upon hours upon hours. I mean, even on a toker's ride, you're smoking the good stuff, you're not going to be out for 6 hours. Like I don't understand what you could do for 6 hours. You could drive to another, like 4 or 5 states over. It feels like not many hours. 3 states over. He could have taken a little California trip. No, your phone being on silent isn't the same as airplane mode. No, not at all. No, either. So they said either his phone was turned off or it was entered into airplane mode. to get it like that. So I don't know. Very, very strange. I just wonder how much money that would cost. Because, like, you know, well, they're saying that they started seeing him on camera leave his house at 2:44, like leave that area. So I don't believe he left before that time. I think the first time that he's picked up on camera in the PCA is the first time he's out cruising around. I don't know how they're going to fill that window. What the defense, maybe they have some sort of plan. Maybe there isn't. I mean, but I'm sure there's cameras at his apartment that's going to show him getting in his car when he got in it. Telematics of the car may show that. So 50 will fill your car, 1,000 in your Jeep. I'm trying to think. I'm like, I'm just like, it's just crazy. Okay, so there we go. 400 miles. Okay, thanks. That's what I needed. $28 for 400 miles. Wow. Man. You've never used airplane mode, Isabel? You've never been on a plane? I've only used it all on a plane. I hate airplane mode. Yeah. There, Betty Joe, I love it. I love it. At some point, you're going to have to stop for gas, and all gas stations have cameras. That's a great point. That is a fantastic point. I love that. I love when you guys come in here and say something like, I didn't even think of that. He's going to have to stop for gas. And you're right. All gas stations would have him on camera. So, Anne, we better start working on that, Anne. Better start working on that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the video here.
Exactly right, Vinny. So, but just the fact that he places himself, maybe, was he not driving his own car? Because we have his own car at the murder scene on surveillance video around the times of the murder. So maybe he wasn't driving his own car. Maybe they'll challenge the cell phone data with their own expert. Maybe that's the expert they're referring to in this because of the tower, attack the towers, covering a larger space than what it is. Who knows, Vinny? But this is definitely a big reveal.
All right. He's got a long habit of these drives, so maybe there's evidence of him doing it many other times. That I don't know. But Chanley, appreciate everyone at home. You must know Chanley.
Previous times.
What's that?
The affidavit said 12 previous times. Remember, at the around the crime scene.
That's
for
right.
Times, when he didn't turn off his cell phone. This time he turned off his cell phone.
So he does have a habit of doing these drives, but he doesn't have the habit of turning off the cell phone for the drives. Chanley, great to speak with you, and everyone at home again. Remember, Chanley, this is her day off, and she's helping us out so much. We appreciate it. Now, as Chanley mentioned, she's been out there, she's been on the ground, and she retraced all these movements, went through that affidavit, the evidence prosecutors say they have, piece by piece. Let's take a look.
The probable cause affidavit in the case against the accused killer of 4 University of Idaho students pieces together the movements of the suspect vehicle and coordinating cell phone location data beginning in the early morning hours of November 13th. At 2:42 a.m., the affidavit alleges that Bran Kohberger's phone places him likely at his apartment on the WSU campus, where he was a PhD student studying and teaching criminology. At 2:44 a.m., Kohberger's vehicle and cell phone are on the move. Police say his white Hyundai Elantra is spotted on WSU surveillance cameras traveling north on Nevada Street at Stadium Way. According to the affidavit, it was here in this area of the WSU campus where surveillance video and Kohberger's cell phone placed him here around 2:47 a.m. According to the affidavit, he spent several minutes in this area where he allegedly turned off his cell phone before heading out of town toward Moscow, Idaho.
Now, I'd like to know if there's another way for him to get out of his apartment without and go to Moscow, or just cruise around, without going by those cameras. I'm wondering. I'm going to have to look into that. And thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. I got this actually at my store. It's over there. It's an online boutique. It's size one size fits all. I think it would go up to at least an extra large 1X. It's a shawl. See? you put your arms through this little hole. And I have it in teal too. Avery got the teal one and she looked dang good in it. I saw a picture of her. You want me to slow it down for you a little bit? I can do that. Maybe it didn't save earlier. There we go. I'll slow it down a little bit. And then if you guys are members of the channel, like if you're a member, then it won't, like slow chat won't affect you any. I always like to tell you guys that. I'm gonna have to look into that. I wonder, I need to go there.
By 2:53 a.m., Kohberger's white Hyundai Elantra is observed heading in the direction of Moscow, Idaho. At 3:26 a.m., the affidavit then places Kohberger's vehicle, now in the town of Moscow, in this residential neighborhood on Indian Hills Drive. This happens to be a road directly overlooking the Moscow Police Department. The Elantra is picked up on surveillance video moving west past the 700 block of Indian Hills. At 3:28 a.m., video shows the vehicle on Steiner Avenue at Highway 95 as it made its way towards the King Road neighborhood where the victims lived. Then from 3:29 a.m. to 4:20 a.m., the suspect vehicle, the white Hyundai Elantra, is observed.
I just wanted to point out really quick. Did you see the straight shot that the suspect allegedly, that he made? I mean, like, so if you're thinking about it, like he made like, okay, I'm going to go back just a little bit. He made like a straight shot over there, but then, goes by the house a few different times. It's like almost as if like he was on a mission, whoever, allegedly Bran Kohberger on a mission, got there and was like, oh, I'm not sure, and was like, I'm going to circle the parking lot a few different times or, circle around, make a few 3-point turns, do some things of that nature. And then whenever he like suspect vehicle, whenever he leaves like a bat out of hell, but then takes the longest way home. It's so weird to me that you would leave going at a high rate of speed and then take the longest way home. So I just wanted to show you guys that part.
Moscow Police Department. The Elantra is picked up on surveillance video moving west past the 700 block of Indian Hills. At 3:28 a.m., video shows the vehicle on Steiner Avenue at Highway 95 as it made its way towards the King Road neighborhood where the victims lived. Then from 3:29 a.m. to 4:20 a.m., the suspect vehicle, the white Hyundai Elantra, is observed multiple times on video passing by 1122 King Road during the alleged time of the murders before being seen on video speeding away on Walenta Drive. The probable cause affidavit states that the car likely exited the neighborhood at Palouse River Drive and Conestoga Drive, a road that eventually leads to Pullman, Washington. About 2 hours after he allegedly turned off his cell phone, police say Kohberger turned it back on here near Blaine, Idaho. It's about 10 to 15 minutes south of Moscow, a rural community off Highway 95, and it has its own cell tower. According to the affidavit, from 4:50 a.m. to 5:26 a.m., Kohberger's phone movements show him allegedly moving south towards Genesee, Idaho, and west towards Uniontown, Washington. Kohberger may have taken a well-known back road called Thorn Creek Road at this point in his route towards his apartment.
Thorn Creek Road, that's the road that we were on. So that was the right road, guys. From earlier, let me see if it'll let me do it again. Let me see here. There we go. So this is the road that he took back home. Like, that is a one car kind of drive. Like, you got to be getting over. And look at the gravel. Like I said on last night's live, I said these back roads have these like on the gravel on the side of it. And if you hit that gravel, you're off the road. You're gone. You're gone. Cynthia, we already did all the drawings. Sweetie, yeah, we just did finish the last one. We did the first two in the beginning, in the middle of the live, and then we did our members only just a few minutes ago. Okay, there we go. Brooklyn said, I think Bryan is guilty, but I'm open to being wrong. Haven't heard that the defense has to say. Yeah, can't deny that the circumstantial evidence and the DNA, though. Yeah, for sure. And thank you, Tam Pam, for the super sticker. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I really do. Appreciate you supporting the channel. So let me go back to our video, but I wanted to make sure I let you guys know that we did have it on the right road.
These are all very isolated roads, but Thorn Creek Road is known to be even more desolate. Police allege Kohberger eventually made his drive back into Pullman, Washington from the quiet road of Johnson, where his vehicle was picked up on this security camera. The first time a camera captured his Hyundai after the murders were committed. By 5:30 a.m., police tracked the movements of Kohberger's cell phone and vehicle back to his apartment.
So there's the evidence that prosecutors say they have, right? Tracking the white Hyundai Elantra, and his alibi is that he's out for a drive that night. What does this mean? Let's bring the think tank. Join us tonight in Atlanta, Georgia, criminal defense attorney Eklund Mercy. Also with us in Phoenix, Arizona, the attorney who represented Jodi Arias, Kirk Nurmi, and in Washington, D.C., the attorney who represented Johnny Depp in his defamation case, won the case, and fellow of the American College of Trial Lawyers, Ben Chu, is with us. And before I ask a question, Ben, I mean, Kirk, you and Ben are going at it with the jackets tonight. Amazing job. Amazing
That's
job.
Right. We're going to step it up, Vinny.
Exactly. All right. Let me start with Eklund Mercy, though. Eklund, this is this an alibi or an admission? If your alibi is putting yourself in the white Hyundai Elantra, and that's how they track down this killer through the videos and the cell phone in the car, moving with the car. Then the cell phone's turned off, and then the car is seen at the scene, then speeding away. What's going on here?
This is one of those cases in which it's hurry up and prove it prosecution. You want the prosecution to prove their case. They're having to, carry their burden. The officers did a great job with being very detailed, and the prosecutor was being very detailed in the timing and literally setting it up for an alibi. So if he doesn't give one, the only thing that he can do is literally poke holes in the prosecution's argument. They did a really good job of actually placing the car. Now it's going to be literally, they probably did not give him an offer. So there's no pleading in this case. So the only option is to go to trial. At this point, you just force the prosecution to prove their burden.
So Kirk, am I missing something here? If your alibi puts you in the white Hyundai Elantra, and it's the white Hyundai Elantra that's like circling around the crime scene and speeding away from the crime scene, is this really an alibi that I was going for a drive by myself to no specific location at no specific time with no specific independent witnesses?
No, as I was reading along there, I said this is more of an admission than an alibi. And it made me, look, the responsibility of a criminal defense attorney in a capital case, they're immense and intense. But the number one goal of that criminal defense attorney in that representation of death penalty case is to preserve their client's life. And I don't see how this does that. This doesn't really constitute an alibi to me. It's more of an admission that some of the state's evidence is accurate. It doesn't really make any sense to me. So, if their focus should be on things that save his life, and things like this, these partial admissions, they just go further because you extrapolate this out and say he's got this habit of doing this. Well, the state can come back and say, look, he was stalking, he was preying, he was looking for victims, he found the victim. This makes it look all the worse in terms of the preservation of his life when you get to that sentencing phase. So to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense what's going on here for Mr. Kohberger's attorneys.
Yeah, Ben, Kirk makes a great point here, talking about has a long habit of going for drives. Yeah, all the drives that were done driving around and near the scene of the mass murder, before the mass murder, seems to prove premeditation and planning more than, hey, I just go for drives.
Yeah, Vinny, it reminds me of that expression, I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. I mean, this seems to be a non-alibi.
There you go. All right. Ben Chu, Kirk Nermy, Eklund Mercy, they're with us the whole hour.
Okay. I thought I was going to turn to the next video, but it didn't. Okay. So that was all that I had on that video. Oh, my screen is still acting so funky, y'all. That's so weird. And thank you, Idaho Charlie, for becoming a member. Are you from Idaho? I take it you are. If you are, it's beautiful there. It's beautiful because we've been seeing a lot of scenic routes over there recently. Oh, what I missed? Seriously, at Titanium, I would have videos in 5 bathrooms. I must have missed it. Oh, you would have to. Oh, that's why. Because I said, yeah, because the bathroom breaks. Yeah. No, I was like, I have to take a bathroom break every 5 seconds. It seems like on a road trip, I'm the worst. I'm the worst of the worst. But I'm okay if I'm in Vincent's car. For some reason, I fall asleep as soon as I get in it. It's like has a power over me. I don't know what it is. I cannot sleep in our beautiful bed that costs so much money. But that car, it's like a hum. It has a certain hum to it. It put me to sleep for 45 minutes today. I woke up and my neck was all cramped up. So I'm not a very good on the road rider either. Oh no, we always respect people's opinion though. I'm just going back up in the chat to read your guys' stuff a little bit. Legendary, did you say you were a doctor earlier? Or intern? Is that what he said? Or doctor? I was like, what's he talking about? I can't stop calling him Blowburger. Sorry. Do you think that he looks? I think he looks a lot different from his first time going into like walking into like Pennsylvania, like walking into court. I don't know if it's the suit, but he looks fuller though. He looks bigger to me. Let me see if I can grab a picture of him. Like, I'm gonna have to do a like slideshow. Oh look, it's gonna give me one automatically. Let me open this. All right. Oh. Okay, so this is Bryan, the first time he went to court. And then let me see if I can get an image of him like in the middle too. How about this one? And then we'll do this one. This is almost all of the court dates. Okay, so I just have to see about going in order now. So that was his first. Oh, that one didn't open up very wide. Let me see if I can get this one a little bit. Nope, I can't because it's a video. Sorry, I was trying to get you one of him coming in right here. Okay. So that one, and then it goes, I believe, this one. Like, you can still see how prominent his nose and everything is and his cheekbones in this one. This is his first one with Anne. I can remember how pristine his new prisoner outfit was for him. It still had the creases in it from where it was folded. And then he came in looking a little shabbier the next time, like he didn't get his shirt steamed before he came in. He's been wearing it for 4 months in this picture, so it's not as fresh, it's not as new, I guess you would say. Now, I will say, unless he's wearing a bulletproof vest, which he could be in here, because I don't know, it looks kind of like he could be. But unless he's wearing a bulletproof vest, then someone's putting money on his commissary in order for him to buy shirts. in the county jail, you don't get shirts given to you, like t-shirts. You get the scrubs or whatever you call them, like the shirt, the pants, but you don't get underwear. You don't get undershirts. You don't get socks. You don't get shoes other than the slip-ons that they give you when you get there. And those are your shower shoes. Those are your everyday shoes. So unless they had put a bulletproof vest on him, and that's why sometimes they'll give you an undershirt so that they can separate it. Then maybe, no one's putting money on his books, but I'm assuming his parents are, which, I mean, I hope they have the funds to do that for their kid, because he is innocent until proven guilty. And, they don't have a lot of money, we've heard. So, and then his last court appearance, I think he looks different to me. Maybe it's the hair gel, maybe it's the suit, but something just looks different. But I got him kind of looking pissed in this picture. He looks kind of pissed. Let's see if I can get him not so angry looking. Like that one that picture was kind of like a bad shot. So this one is like a little softer. Like nose is still prominent, but not as, I don't know. He looks fuller to me, but maybe not. Maybe it's the jacket. Maybe it's the suit. Like wearing a suit, like having on, the tie makes you a little bigger looking. And the jacket, I don't know. His fan club is Carrie. Oh my Lord. He has one on Reddit. It's called Bryan's Girls. But they won't let me in their club. I was in their club for a while. Like they didn't know I was there. And then they found out I was, I guess, me. I don't know. They must have found out because they kicked me out. But there's a there's a group on Reddit. Their name is Bryan's Girls, but it's spelled Brians instead of Y, because they don't get like found out. So if you guys want to go and like join and give me the scoop, let me know. I'd love that, because they won't let me in. They won't let me back in. I've been trying for months, but we were getting some good stuff. Like we were seeing all of the money that they were sending to him. They were sending him money. Like it was unreal, guys. $20, $100. You could tell these women that were sending this money did not have this money to be sending. Nobody has $100 to send to somebody else that they don't know in jail, that's sitting in jail. Like, I'm sorry. No one has that money. Nobody has money like that. But yeah, like they were giving him money out the wazoo. And then they're just like hearting, like they'll get his pictures and they put little hearts around it. They would make TikTok videos. Like, we couldn't play some of those because of the music, but it was all like lovey-dovey music. Oh my Lord. Infiltrate. Yes, Bree. That's what we need to do. He's in the county jail. They normally house the men and the women in the same jail. How can we get... I need to go to Idaho so I can break the law. Who wants to send me to Idaho so I can go break the law? That would be fun. How fun would that be? CEO is scaring the new members. Oh my gosh, CEO, you stop scaring people. I love infiltrating into groups like that and lurking in the background. I do that too. Undercover Bryan stands. Yes, I was. I wasn't undercover. I was undercover for a little while. Well, it was crazy because they privated the account when I was on there, like as I was on there. And I was still in the group because I was like allowed to be in there from a moderator, but then they must have figured out who I was, because one day we went to get on it. We hadn't been on there forever. And I was like, oh, let's check out Bryan's Girls. And it was like, no, you're not allowed in. And I was like, oh, okay. Just go take my happy butt back over to my YouTube channel, because I even had everything privated on there. But yeah, so if you guys have TikTok, actually, speaking of which, don't forget to follow me over on TikTok. I do post I post TikToks that they're not really like true crime related, but they're like behind the scenes, or I'll do some reviews if you're into like product review, like reviews, and then I do true crime as well. But it's just like a little bit of everything over there. It's a free for all over there on TikTok. But I've been trying to post every day, and I've been doing really good the last few days about posting every day, multiple times a day. So yeah, I had to try to send Summer undercover to go in there. I was like, get your butt in there, try to get us some information. They kicked me out. They kicked me out. They wouldn't let me in anymore. Let me see what's going on in the world of YouTube. Let's see if there's anything that we missed. Nope. But I do have some updates coming out tomorrow and the next day. I've got an update on Corey Richins. I want to cover that. I haven't even looked into it yet, but the case with the guy that had the torture chamber, cinder block, hell hole of a home in his basement. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember that. It just happened like a week ago. I can't remember the guy's name now, but I'm going to do a video over that. If you guys like the video, if you appreciate the video, then we'll do a full live over it, but it looks really interesting. And then the older gentleman, the woman that was found down in Florida in the suitcase, and they had her picture up that looks nothing like the woman that actually went missing, but she's like an older lady, and the husband put her into suitcases. And they are older people, 70s, 80s. So I'm going to cover that too, because it's like normally old people don't do that. Like, Here, let me get Bran Kohberger off the screen. There we go. It's me again. It's me. It's me. Sorry, guys. It's me. No, he is he's kind of spooky. Kind of spooky. I've got so many tabs open. I don't know what's going on with my computer. It just keeps zapping though. That's okay. But I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to, don't forget to email me, everybody. And I'm going to do our live tomorrow. We're going to cover Bran Kohberger part 3. This is the last part. We're going to cover his movements from the morning of the homicide. So the morning after the the 9 o'clock window. That makes it sound better. The 9 o'clock when he went back to the crime scene, allegedly. We're going to cover that. And then the travels of him going to all the other little places, the Cup of Joe, the Albertsons, him traveling. Because I think that might be when he ditched the knife. And I think for some reason he buried it. But I don't know. That I don't know. Yeah, Doodlebug, you said it the right way. Brian's Girls like that with an I. Yeah, they spelled it the wrong way on purpose. That way they didn't get like infiltrated or whatever. But I did it anyway. Yeah, she got her rainbow arm. Look at all these people get their rainbow arms in there tonight. I love it. I love it so much. You think it's in the river? It could be. It could be, you never know. I always feel like I always miss the chat. Get him off screen. You're freaking us out. Sorry, guys. I got him off the screen. I didn't know. I didn't know. Okay, so don't forget to like the video if you guys wouldn't mind on your way out, skis. Don't forget to go and hang out in some other chats. I'm sure there's lives going on. And I think Brian's doing a live over at Let's Talk Live. And I think that Brittany will be doing a live here soon too with Allegedly with Brittany. So you guys have a great night. I will see you guys all on the next live, which will be probably tomorrow. So have a good evening, and I will see you guys all on the next video. Bye, guys. And thank you for coming tonight, and congrats to all the winners. And thank you guys so much for the memberships, subscriptions, and all of that. I truly appreciate it. Bye, guys.